Good morning. I have a bit of time. I already got my McDonald's tea, and I did win. Was this the winner? Yeah, this is the winner. I won a free cup of tea, and I got another Lake Louise. I think that makes it number 10. Anyway, I thought I would sit here and answer some sweepstakes questions. Last night, I had Jay Victor on my show. First interview I have done in a year and a half. All my live streams on Contest Queen since then were just me either doing a sweepstakes Q&A or like a TikTok chat that I upload or some other type of video. But I haven't actually done an interview in a hot minute. And I figured that out because anytime I do an interview, I upload it as a podcast to Spotify. And the last one was May of 2023. So I thought, I need to do more interviews. Anyway, if you want to learn about sweepstakes, contests, giveaways, ask me any question you want. And I'm just going to talk sweepstakes in general. So this one, McDonald's Monopoly, is not available in the U.S. anymore. If you want to know why, you'll have to watch the documentary McMillions. You can even go to my website. I did a whole blog on it with a link to a really good article on the McDonald's scandal in the United States. That was absolutely fascinating how the whole thing unfolded. And it was basically an inside job. And it wasn't someone from McDonald's. It was someone from the ad agency that McDonald's had hired to run the promotion. So that was interesting because McDonald's didn't have a clue. Someone at the FBI had contacted them and said, I think you have a problem. So that's a fascinating documentary. But McDonald's Monopoly is still run in Australia, the UK, and Canada. Maybe other countries, I don't know. But no longer in the United States. You have other giveaways. McDonald's hosts other contests, but no longer the Monopoly because the scandal was too big. And so anyway, this is what they call a seeded contest because they seed the winning tickets or the winning pieces throughout all the pieces all over the whole country and all the different products. So it's basically like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory where you're looking for the golden ticket. You're looking for an extremely rare piece. And it wouldn't surprise me if some of those pieces were thrown away. So they don't even have to give away the prize. Crazy, right? But again, if you have any questions about sweepstakes, contests, and giveaway, post them and I'll answer them. The number one question I seem to get is, where do you find these legitimate giveaways? Well, sometimes they're pretty obvious. You go into a store and they have like stuff splattered all over. Hey, we're having a promotion. Enter to win. Not hard to spot. Other times they come across your social media feed. But the best place to find legitimate sweepstakes is to use the sweepstakes aggregate, or also they're known as sweepstakes sites, where the reason they're called sweepstakes aggregates is because they aggregate all the giveaways into one spot. I have entered the draw at McDonald's. Yeah, so there's I'll go back to the sweepstakes aggregate in a second. There's 4 parts to this McDonald's contest, so I can win instantly on the tab, which I did today. You can collect to win a winning piece, which I have not done. They're extremely rare, like in the millions to find one. Then you go on the app, and if you look, there's a teeny tiny number at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Teeny tiny number. You scan it in the app, and you collect a property. And then if you, then you get something called a double play from scanning it, and then you can tap and you can win instantly, or you can get an entry and then you can use that entry for a draw. So the ones I've been picking are the $10,000 cash, the trip to Universal Studios, and the car, of course, the holy grail of all sweepstakes prizes. So there's are for. Thank you for the badges. I appreciate it. And also if you like this video. So back to the sweepstakes aggregates. So you want to go to a sweepstakes sites that aggregates because it makes it easy. Everything you want is in one spot, right? Everything's in one spot. And a lot of them have filters so you can search for prizes you want. So say you only want to win for cash and gift cards, you can sort by that. You only want to do single entry draws, you can do that. You're looking for regionals. Some of them have it. You can sort by state or province, depending on where you live. And then some of them you can look if it's skill-based. Do I need to make a video? Address of these sites. Okay, there's dozens of them. So my name's Carolyn. I'm known as the Contest Queen. And I created a website that is the hub of all things contesting. So you can start on my website at 5 things to begin winning. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you get a free sweepstakes starter kit. But I have a resources section and you can click on it and it will list all the sweepstakes aggregates. Now, some are like forums, some are like blog posts, some are newsletters, and you have to go and find the style you like. Some of the popular ones are Sweepstakes Fanatics, Sweepstakes Advantage, and for example, and in Canada, say contestcanada.net. Now, here's the interesting thing. Some are paid, like Sweep Sheet, I Win Contests, and Sweepstakes Plus. So here is the caveat. Some people feel that you start free, so you get your feet wet, you get comfortable with the hobby, you learn to read the rules, you learn the ins and outs of entering, you get comfortable with the hobby, and you get going. However, sometimes those sweepstakes don't have the best odds, so you may not win for a while. Whereas if you pay for a site like I Win Contests or Sweetie's Secret Sweeps that specialize in best odds giveaways, your odds of winning something are higher. So do you want to get comfortable with the hobby first, or do you want to just dive right in and possibly win something large right off the get-go? The specialty of those two sites that I just mentioned is they use Discord servers, Discord groups, and people share like code words and things. And a lot of people have won doing that. All the sharing of codes, votes, links, all types of things. So what's the biggest win I've had? Dollar-wise, it was a trip to the Olympics. It was estimated to be at $20,000. That was really a lot of fun. It was a trip for 4. I consider meeting people the priceless prizes because I have a picture with me. I have my arm around Sting. By the way, ladies, he smells really good, just saying. To me, there's no price on that one. I've hung out with Michael Bublé. I've met Sarah McLachlan. I've hung out with so many people. There's not as many meet and greets and things like that anymore. But, but those are my favorites. My next goal is to win a trip. Yes, me too. Because I have won 24 trips. So I'm gunning for number 25. I would like to win number 25. That's my, oh, there is a shine on this screen. I cannot read your handle. I'm sorry. Experiences are the best wins. Yes, they are. There's actually a marketing term because I'm also a sweepstakes marketer and an author. I wear many crowns. And, a lot of times they're called experiential prizing, where there's an experience tied to it. When I was married, my ex did all kinds of crazy things. Like he got to go around. He loved auto racing, and he got to go around the track in a pace car. He's met We went on a Coors Light trip once, and he met all the snow bunnies, like all these ladies. He got to be a judge in the Miss Hawaiian Tropics Bikini Contest. Yeah, we've done all kinds of crazy fun things that when are you going to do this in everyday real life? I've cooked with professional chefs. We all kinds of things that you can't. I was a beginner last year. Yes, you have to start somewhere. I've won so many prizes since then. Follow me. Oh my God, thank you. You're welcome. I know, it's the best hobby ever. Why did you break up with him? My ex-husband. It was time. He had his path and I had mine. And honestly, it's none of anybody's business. He's a good human that has his own path, and I have mine. And I'm with George now, who I love tremendously and is much better for me. Because also it was like there's a lid for every pot, and that lid didn't really fit. But this one does. So that was, and it's been a hot minute. Like, we started the divorce in 2009. It wasn't final until 2014. And then he got remarried. Oh my gosh, yes, I just won a $200 jacket, which is in December. Oh my God, that's amazing. Congratulations. I know, isn't this hobby the best? That, so the three things you can get are, you could win prizes that are things you need to buy anyway. So gift baskets with shampoo, a new jacket, shoes, all kinds of things. Things that you would have had to spend money on, but now are replaced, so you can put that money towards savings, debts, whatever you want, right? So now, or you've expanded your budget. The next thing is things that are really not in your budget, like new appliances, a new car, which is still my holy grail of prizes, things like that. And then there's prizes like we just talked about, the ones that money can't buy. Like, when am I going to hang out with Sting, or go to the Olympics, or travel to the big one? The other big one was the set of Harry Potter when they were filming, or take your family on vacation. 2 years ago, I took my sister and her husband and George. We all went to Mexico. Free. My sister, I called her up and told her that I won a trip and I'm taking her away, and she's like, I can't afford that. I'm like, no, I won the trip. You pay nothing. Just show up at the airport with a suitcase and that has a bathing suit in it and some flip-flops. It was fun. And it was really nice that the four of us could go away together. It was so good. That's why I just love that. It is the best hobby. Anyway, when you start, I always recommend that people get an email address just for entering sweepstakes. You know what? I just realized I got to watch my time because I got time. I have to pick up my daughter from the trainer, which is why I'm sitting in my car having my tea. I'm happy that I won something this morning. That's how the day started. That's always a good sign. Wake up, hot yoga, get ready, win a prize. That's a good way to start the day. And so always get an email address just for entering sweepstakes. The next thing you want to do is visit those sweepstakes aggregates that I talked about and find prizes you want to win. You know, there's different prizes for everybody. Some people don't like to travel. Some people don't want some of the larger prizes. Some people prefer smaller ones. Some people like to enter skill-based giveaways. All kinds of things. Oh. That's the crazy thing about filming in a parking lot while you're waiting. And I'm parked near the McDonald's because there's the trainers near the lake in this gorgeous area of the town, 3 towns over from where we live. And there's the fall fling on today, so there's like tons of people and tons of cars and nowhere to squeeze in. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna sit up here instead of going to the fall fling. Where can I find more info. I write for them. I thought I could only us. Hang on. I'm machine learning. And where can I find more info? Okay. Oh, well, that's two different people. I apologize. This glare on the screen. I thought parking under the tree to give me a bit of shade was a good idea. Apparently not. Where can I find more info? If you want to... you're an AI program analysis, machine learning engineer. Yeah, I don't know how AI is actually going to affect the hobby. The only way I've been using AI is every contest that asks you to write an essay now. I just use ChatGPT to write the essay. And I say it has to be written in this style with this many characters or this many words, talking about these products and why I love them or services and why they make me happy in a fun and frivolous way, whatever, And I use ChatGPT to write those essays that I use to enter the giveaways. But I don't know how machine learning can be used, because the thing with sweepstakes is there's a lot of steps and there's a lot of nuance that can't be automated. So it's a hobby you have to participate in. How can I find more to write for them? I thought only us for one thing. I'm not sure what that question means. It says, where can I find more info? I write for them. I thought you could only use us, them for one thing. Not sure. If you could clarify. They have software to detect AI plagiarism. Probably in those things. But the reason I don't think they care is because it's not it's only for the no purchase entry option, and they're just collecting the entries. They're not actually searching. They're not reading the essays, whether you write it or use it. I used to work as a contest manager in an agency. I thought you could use them for one thing. Okay, I seem to have missed a question somewhere. They use it for university and college cheating. Oh, yes, that's different. That's different. Like, I publish books. I have 10 books out and 3 audible books. And we actually have to state whether there's AI. And I update and republish other people's books. The only AI I use, because technically it's AI, is Grammarly, because... believe it or not, even though I'm a good author, sometimes I'm a terrible writer, and Grammarly helps me fix some of my sentences. But it's still, even then, it goes to an editor. So I might fix the commas that I forgot, or it's just a better word that I didn't think of. But after that, it still goes to an editor. I don't trust AI for that, because there's nuance to it. So that's what I do. Oh, yes, message me. Please message me. And my grandma helped me. Oh, yeah, with grammar. I don't need Grammarly. Yeah, everyone has their good skill sets, right? Like, I'm not a strong in that. Like, I know the concepts and ideas. I mean, I couldn't have 10 books if I didn't know what I was, if I didn't have ideas to share. 3 are sweepstakes books. I'm writing my last one now, and then I'm going to be publishing that this year. And then I'm also doing, I have I have You Can't Win If You Don't Enter. I have 2 editions of that. And then I have How to Win Cash Car Strips and More. And I'm currently working on Prizes Everywhere. But I have 7 other books. So I bought all the rights to Helene Hadsel's works. So I have The Name It and Claim It Game, In Contact with Other Realms, Confessions of an 83-Year-Old Sage, and A Man Called Friday. And then the first 2 have also been translated into Spanish. So there's 2 more. And then I just published Tag Powell's books, Money and You. So for all my books, you can go to Words for Winning. And I have a sweepstakes marketing company called Idea Majesty. Why am I suddenly surrounded by people? There's cyclists and motorcyclists and somebody coming in the car, and I have the windows open a crack so I don't cook in this car because it's beautiful out today. It's like, I want to say 17 degrees, but all the Americans listening will be like, what? Oh, she'd throw something at me if I mess something up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Grammarly doesn't hurt to use. That's totally funny. Oh my goodness. The joys of streaming live in your car. I don't know what these people are talking about. I have to go in 5 minutes anyway, so. Anyway, I just thought it would be fun to come on here and talk sweepstakes, because it's the best hobby in the world, especially when you're winning. Like, and I did win on their instance on the app. I won some kind of booster pack, so I sent it to my daughter because she plays all those video games. And it's interesting to see some of the prizes, because that isn't something I would like or use, but you have to look at their demographics and who they're targeting with their prizing. And it's definitely a younger demographic. But they don't want to ostracize anybody. But yeah, if you can go watch McMillions, it's a really interesting documentary. So to go over, my 3 tips are: use an email address just for entering sweepstakes. 2, use the sweepstakes aggregate for finding all those giveaways. And 3, always read the rules. The rules for a contest like this are extremely extensive. I wonder if they ever look over and see somebody just chatting to themselves or what. I think they parked here and took their bikes and went on a long ride, and now they're just back. Is there a website you use? Now, I live in Canada, so I use contestcanada.net because I'm always like a little bit behind. As you can tell, busy with 3 businesses and working on like 4 more books, because I've got 4 translations in the works, another Audible, and prizes everywhere. What's that, 6? So I like that one because they email me everything that was put on the website the day before. So I do miss a day, which is actually a strategy. The earlier you get in on a sweepstakes, sometimes, especially if they have an instant win component, you can win. The other ones I tend to check once in a while are Red Flag Deals and Contest Girl. But again, it's dependent on where you live and what you like. So there's a lot of people that love I Win contests: Sweepstakes Today, Sweepstakes Advantage, Sweepstakes Plus, Sweep Sheet, Sweeping America, Sweepstakes Fanatics. Who else are the biggies? Those are some of the favorites, but there's all kinds. Go poke around on my resources list and see what you like, and see if there's one that suits you. Again, you have to do what suits you. Like, who did I interview or chat with recently? And they like sweepstakes fanatics. That's their site. That's their go-to.
So,
actually, it's the fella Jay Victor who I interviewed last night. His favorite is Sweepstakes Fanatics. So again, you have to go back and find the one you like and that suits you and that's open to you. Like, I don't use Sweepstakes Fanatics because I live in Canada and it's targeted towards Americans. Right? Like, so you have to do what's obvious. Because eligibility, so the things you're looking for when you're entering a sweepstakes and you're reading the rules is eligibility. Can I enter? Frequency, how often can I enter? And when does it end? And then, is there any other clauses that are applicable to the sweepstakes? Like, do I need to make a recipe? Is there a voting component? Is there, do I need a code word? How much have you won? Since I started entering on a daily basis, close to $400,000 in cash and prizes and 24 trips, working on number 25. But that's only because I live in Canada. I have sweeping buddies. The Tom Cavalli, I had no idea how much he won. I knew he won a lot, but I didn't realize it was this much until the last Sweepstakes convention, and we were talking about it. And in the United States, marketing budgets are larger. It's a much larger country. There's more opportunities to win. He started entering 7 years after me, and he's passed $1 million in cash and prizes, and he just won trip number 93. So there's the difference between the U.S. and Canada for winning opportunities. Yeah. Now, you can win well here. I've done pretty well with 24 trips and all those cash and prizes. But yeah, in the U.S. it's just bigger. It's just much bigger. So I'm going to sign off on that because I got to go get my daughter and make sure I don't hit any of the gentlemen that are standing next to my car. Bye.